We are live. We're back and in living color. This is the Comic Hall Roundtable discussion. Tonight on our panel, as of right now, we have Antonio Coleman and co host Al Rainey Jr. And we are live and we're going to be talking about the Black Panther tonight. We've got Black Panther, we've got the Flash. We've got the no Walking Dead segment. We're not going to even acknowledge the Walking Dead this week. That bad. We're not even acknowledging it. We're just going to bypass it. Let's see what else we've got this week. We've got we're going to be talking about speculation, and we'll also be talking about black superheroes, since that seems to be the in thing right now. But before we even do that, we're going to go right into our halls this week. Al Rainey, you are the man. We're going to let you kick it off this week.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We do appreciate your viewership as always. I'm going to go through this as quickly as I possibly can. I have actually been on a tear as of late in reference to my comic book collecting. I'm not going to say how, but let's just say that, everything is cool. But anyway, I'm going to start off with this find that I got. I don't know where all our viewers are originating from, but if you're able to, there is a store called Ollie's. They sell a lot of discount stuff, kind of like a Big Lots. But anyway, I went there last Friday and I saw this particular book here. Now, I'm a huge fan of Captain Marvel, aka Shazam. And this particular book was $3. They have like graphic novels, all kinds of stuff from DC, Marvel, and a few independent comic book companies. Needless to say, everybody that went through everything. So the only thing that I saw that was worthwhile getting was Shazam. This is a pretty good read. This is actually the Shazam reboot from the New 52, which surprisingly was pretty good. Next on the docket is a second copy of a book called Incognito. I actually won this book through Origin Story Comics on their page, and I didn't realize it, so I ended up buying it beforehand, but I have 2 copies of that now. Moving right along to DC, I have Dark Knight's Rising Wild Hunt. This is a one-shot for the Dark Metal story. This right here is a really good story. It's been nothing short of, I don't want to say phenomenal, but it has been phenomenal. The writing, the one-shots, everything been pretty good. Okay, so if you're trying to get into something new, you might be able to get a few of those second, third prints before they're scarce. Moving right along, I got Titans number 20. This is the adult team of the Teen Titans. Is basically a pretty good storyline. A lot of what's going on with DC's rebirth is actually going through this particular book, particularly with Wally West. Speaking of Wally West, I have the new Flash number 40. This particular book came out last week, and this basically is the start of what we call, or what they're calling, the Flash Wars, which is something going to go on between the speedsters in the DC universe. 2 other books that I picked up, Green Lanterns 40 and Green Lanterns 41. Picked those up, haven't read them yet. Staying with the theme of green, I've got Green Arrow number 37. Now we're going to move right along to the independent books that I have. They finally came out with the next issue of this book. This book has actually been like 3 months waiting to come out. This is the Image title called Black Monday Murders. This is number 8. This is a pretty good read. Rob, what's his name? Hickman. I can't remember his last name, but he did a lot of work on the Avengers, the new Avengers, back when he worked for Marvel. Picked up The Walking Dead number 176. I have the first print. This is the original cover that came out. I also picked up the variant copy, which is Michonne. This particular book apparently is increasing in price on eBay, surprisingly. And I guess it may have something to do with OK. I'm not really sure. OK is the Black Panther character. Anyway, Kill or Be Killed, number 16. hopefully we'll get a chance to talk about this book in the near future. There was some news that was presented some time ago where Image is going to be pulling some of their titles for some projects, TV and movies. So that may be one of the projects that are in the works. Animosity Evolution number 4. I haven't read this yet, but I picked this one up recently. That's going to do it for my new books. Some of the key I picked up. Well, actually, I stand corrected. 2 more new books. Grass Kings number 12. This is an indie book right here. And I think myself, Matt, and I think Larry and TC got this book. I was just late getting it. This X-Men Red, the Del Otto Virgin cover. I got it. Right on. This book is like a $60 book now, ain't it? Something like that.
Yep.
All right. As far as my old stuff, some back issues of Uncanny X-Men. I'm on a quest to get all the first run of the Uncanny X-Men. This is issue 538. And I got this book. Now, this is one of the books I was going to talk about in the show when we got the Black Superheroes. This is Uncanny X-Men, or All New, All Different X-Men 102. This particular book, the significance of this book is that this particular book basically, and a good afternoon, good evening, Darnell. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Darrell, what's up?
Darrell, I'm sorry. I put an N in there.
You good?
I'm
You
sorry,
good?
man.
You're
I'm
like,
sorry. Darrell. Man, leave me alone, Matt. But anyway, this particular book.
I appreciate it.
No problem, sir. No problem. This is X-Men 102. And the significance of this particular book, this book actually provides the origin story of Storm. So if you're trying to get into comic books and everything, this is one that you may want to pull up. The reason why I say that, we'll probably get into it later on. You know, Disney's trying to acquire Fox. Fox has Storm, you know, put 2 and 2 together. So the last 2 books I'm going to show you was the book that I actually picked up that I've been wanting for the longest time. I had a long time ago, but I ended up selling it when I sold part of my collection. This particular book is the Marvel Team Up, and it's Marvel Team Up 74. Spider-Man and the not ready for prime time players. In other words, this is Spider-Man when he actually went to see Saturday Night Live with Mary Jane. So this is one of the book. It has Stan Lee, it has Lorne Michaels, it has Garrett Morris, John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, Gilda Radner, all of them. So this is not really a book that's like on radar. So this book is probably an affordable book to pick up. If I ever met Stan Lee, that would be the book I would get him to sign. Last but not least, I thought I wasn't going to get this until later on, but I actually picked it up. One of these is starting to echo again. Okay, so this is Marvel King Size Annual number 2. I told Matt about this particular book. This particular book is the death of Thanos. I think this is the second time he died. But the significance of this book is that it is the first appearance of Lord Chaos and Master Order, which are they are the Marvel Universal. They're like the Celestials and Eon and Eternity and all that. So basically, this is the first appearance of them in this particular book. Right, and that's all for me.
That's all, brother.
That's it.
All right,
Nice
man.
haul.
That's all, folks. All right, Antonio.
All right. I only picked up a few, not quite as many as Al, but I went ahead and ordered the Black Panther Annual number 1. I got both the A and B copy on there for it. Also picked up the Claws of the Panther that was recommended by Matthew Odom. Picked that up for a pretty good price. And it's a hard, this is the only one I found online.
That, you know, Antonio, that book is absolutely that's a really hard book to come by, man. I don't know if that's like a 1 of 50 or what it is, man, but that book is just, you can't find it anywhere.
Yeah. It's a variant of the number 1. Because you can find plenty of the regular number 1s out there, but the variant that's the only one I found on there. All right. The other book I got is the Amazing Spider-Man 796.
officially a $30 book.
I got it for, I think I paid like $10 for it. Because I got it before the craze hit on there. And then I got the X-Men Red #1, which is the Young Guns variant.
Sweet.
For this one. And like you said, man, the dude that shipped it, I don't know.
So yours was like that too, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it looked like kids took scissors to the case when it came in.
It was absolutely shocking when I opened it up yesterday. I was like, oh, and you know what was funny was that it was done that way before it even got in the box.
Yeah.
And then basically he basically just tied it up and shipped it. So thank God that the mail people, they probably deal with them enough not to know to bend them. But man, if you go through there and open it the wrong way, you'd cut everything up.
Yeah.
And that book is going for almost, I think I saw like 50, 75, something like that now.
Yeah.
So hey man, it is what it is. I'll go ahead and go on this next batch. I've got quite a few here. Al said he was on a tear. No, Matt was on a tear the last couple of weeks. I went down to the eBay, man. I have been going to town. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll get things kicked off here. Was with my man Darrell last week. Was at Dave's, and while we were talking, I was going through the bins and come across Godzilla. Got this for half off. Godzilla #1.
Wow.
We've got this is an eBayer. This is Justice League International. This is supposedly who they're going to base. This is the logo that they're going to use for the movie, supposedly. So this is Justice League International 18. Al is going to be pissed. I call myself saving one for him, and it got picked up. You already know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm good. I'm getting one next week. You good?
Okay, all right. Amazing Spider-Man King Size Annual #16. Al, you want to give some significance on this book, my man?
Certainly. This particular book I had mentioned to Matt, and if y'all are into comic books, anybody on the panel, if you can pick this book up, this is the first appearance of the second Captain Marvel, which is Monica Rambeau. That is important because she has some dealings, or she's had basically still does with the I can't remember the name of the group, but the Ultimates. But her and Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, have actually worked together, and there was a young lady that was a black lady that was cast in the Captain Marvel movie, and it's a possibility that the person that they cast may be Monica Rambeau. So that's on the watch. If you could pick that one up, pick it up for a pretty decent price. And welcome, Larry.
Once again, this is a King Size Annual 16 Amazing Spider-Man. This is still in some dollar bins, man. This is one of those books you can probably find this at a local comic store. eBay is just about it's starting to get out of hand on eBay.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Somebody done caught win on eBay, and you got some of those books graded for like $200, and it ain't worth that much, not yet anyway. So
Ice Cream Man. It's the Ice Cream Man. #2. I got Ice Cream Man #2. These are low print books for those who are collectors. These are low print books. I want to say #1 was only 9,000 printed. So I mean, and it's a great read. This is kind of like, for those who don't know what this is, it's kind of like Tales from the Crypt. Short story, horror stories, and it's a relatively good read. And I think this is going to be something down the line that's going to take off. Image just seems to hit it out the park, man. It's like their writing is just really, really good at this current time.
Hey, I'm with you, man.
Yeah, see,
yeah.
We're gonna have some debate. I know we're gonna have some debates tonight because I know Larry is tuning it up for this DC talk and all that stuff. Harbinger Wars #1. If you are looking to beat the curve of the Valiant books, which we'll get into this a little later on, this is one you want to pick up. This is supposedly what they're gonna go base the universe off of this particular book when they start doing the Valiant movies. So definitely want to go ahead and start picking this up before everybody gets wind. And like I said, we'll talk about Valiant books on the flip side. Also from Dave's Comics, 2001 Space Odyssey, number one. I got this book for $250. War is Hell, number one. I mean, need I say more? Y'all know.
Oh shoot!
Ninja Turtles, number one. I mean,
Really?
Ninja Turtles the movie. Ninja Turtles the movie. Excuse me. It's not Ninja Turtles the movie. Absolutely mint condition. So that Strange Tales, number 206. This is actually the second appearance of the Dead Man. I picked this up just because I'm trying to collect all these covers. This is an Amazing Spider-Man annual, the old school box covers. Thor is outrageous at how much it is. This was one that I was really really happy to get. This is the Spectre number 61. And Supergirl, the second series, number one. And the reprint of the Spider-Girl. There's more. All right, so we're getting starting into a little bit of the heavyweights.
Slab City.
No, not Slab City, not just yet. But this is one of my pickups from the weekend. Darrell, I actually picked this up after you left the store.
Yeah.
Right. But I walked around the store, man. And Al knows how I get when I want to buy something. I kind of think about it for a little bit. I kind of figure out what I want to do. Mm-hmm. And I went ahead and pulled the trigger on it because I thought it was a relatively good deal, especially now. And he could very well be showing up soon in a movie. You just never know with Marvel. He could also be a B villain, a C villain, what have you. But this is Amazing Spider-Man number 41, the first appearance of the Rhino. So, CC like, yeah, and it's in pretty good shape. Dope. But I mean, when you can get your hands on, and I tell collectors, if you can get your hands on Silver Age Spider-Man at a decent price, man, go ahead and do it, man. A lot of people try to get sucked into that eBay thing, trying to get a lot of these keys like that, man. You gotta be real careful on how you buy, how you buy them. All right, so this is so I was actually up in the McDonough area visiting a friend, and so I need to kill time. So I said, I'll just stop by Origin Stories there. So I stopped by there and just did a little bit, digging around. When was the last time you was up there, Al?
Last Wednesday.
Yeah, they've completely redone that store, so it's more organized. So you're able to kind of go in and get exactly what you're looking for now, as opposed to having to, jump through hoops and hurdles to go through stuff. And so this was actually on my written list that I had, and I just knew I was not going to see this here. I was going to have to get it at a show. But it's Marvel Superheroes Presents numbers 20, Dr. Doom. And this is actually the origin of Dr. Doom, believe it or not.
So
yeah, so this is a tough one to come, very tough one to come by.
They had that behind the counter.
No, it was in the box.
In
the box, man. They got paid like what 10 for it or something like that. 10.
Yeah, good deal.
Picked up Incredible Hulk 228, the first appearance of Moonstone. This is definitely a book for those who are trying to get on the Captain Marvel bins. You definitely want to look into this. This is still in butt bins. You can find this in butt bins. Nobody's even looking for this.
And Moonstone just happened to be an enemy of both Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, and Monica Rambeau. So she might show up in that movie.
Yep, you just never know. And also we have Spider-Girl number 1, the Women of Marvel variant. This was something I was really pleased to get. Did not expect to see this, man. And this This is my first Silver Age book of this. This is a Wonder Woman, 137. You know, yeah, I was very happy to get a old Wonder Woman because it's kind of hard to come by those in the wild.
You got that from Origin Store?
I got that from Will. That was actually just
okay.
Regular box. I just picked it up and saw it, and I was like, man. I think I only paid maybe 18 for it. This is a 52-week 11. Batwoman Begins. Good one there. This was one of those deals where I saw it. It was at a reasonable price. It's a book that's undervalued. Nobody's looking at it. With the changes coming about in the Marvel universe, I decided I'd take a shot at this book. Dude had it online. Slight color issue here at the top, but not enough to affect the book for me. And I actually got this book for $15. It's a 1 of 50. This is the Wizard World Los Angeles variant, Young Avengers #1. And I just have a feeling that that we could be very well seeing some changes with some of these characters, and you just might get this. And even at that, we have to also start forward thinking about the Disney Channel coming soon too. So you just never know about what you got. This one you probably won't be able to see it all, but I'll just tell you what it is. It's Solar number 10, and it's a rare variant. It's a rare, not variant, but rare book to get in mint condition since it's black. And this book was in mint condition, and this was actually got this from up there when I was with Darrell, and this was in the $5 bin.
Wow!
I've seen this book go for $400. So, something that we rarely talk about here on the show, but a good book for those who are collecting. And if you find any of these in 1 through 20 in relatively decent price range, you jump on it and you don't even think about it. This is the Cerebus. This is like old school stuff. It's actually comedy, but this is actually the quote unquote rape issue, which is this book is going for, I think I saw around 80, anywhere from 80 up. But Cerebus is old, and it's hard to come across a lot of that stuff in first print because a lot of it was counterfeited once it came out. Also, as TC stated, I am in the Young Guns Club X23, and also have Rye, which is the 1 of 10 from the Valiant. And in the final stretch we go, fellas. Final stretch we go. Was thrilled to get this cover, Adam Hughes cover. Power Girl, number 27, known as the boob cover. That's what they call it, the boob cover. This is a show I think that may get optioned for HBO down the line. Y'all can almost book it on this. This is called Sex Criminals.
Oh, yo.
Yeah, you know. So you know about Sex Criminals.
Yo.
Yeah, Sex Criminals, man, is a book that I think is a series that I think will get optioned. It's not going to be on regular TV. I can tell you that now. No, it's not going to be on regular TV.
Nah, bro.
This will probably get optioned for like HBO, Showtime, something like that. And
it's real, bro.
Very good read. Very good read.
Yeah.
All right, and now, Al, as you requested, we're getting ready to go down to Slab City, and got a Catwoman number 51, the Adam Hughes variant. Sandman number 8, the first appearance of Death. Got this this is one of those, if you be patient, you can get at a good deal. Got this for about 45 graded, which is absolutely a highway robbery. This book a couple of months ago was going for about 1,500. And it's probably going to be a show at some point, but it's by Robert Kirkman, and it's Invincible number 1.
Okay.
This is the Larry's Wonderful World of Comics limited edition. So that, and last but not least, the coup de grace, the pick of picks, the King of Kings, Triple H style. I present to you,
through my computer,
ladies and gentlemen, Avengers number 3, live, $34.99. This passes the Harbinger heist of heist. But I was thrilled. It has a page missing there in the back, but I really didn't give a damn, man. It's Avengers number 3, and you can get it at that kind of price. You take advantage of it. The most important thing to me was that the cover was intact. When I try to get low graded books, I try to get them with the cover intact. And I think that is it for me. We'll see if Darrell has anything when he hops back on. I don't know what happened to Larry. Larry poked his head in and poked it out, so we'll see what he's talking about when he comes back on. But let's move on, fellas. And Larry's here. Larry, you have your haul for this week, my friend.
What's up, people?
What's up, brother? Welcome. Do you have a haul for this week, my friend?
Wait, hold on. I'm having some issues tonight here.
Can you hear us? 3, 2, murder 1. Lyric at your door. 10-9-8-7-6-5-4. Yeah, he's having trouble tonight. Everybody's having trouble tonight, man. Well, we're gonna go ahead and move on. We'll get Larry in once he can hear us. Al, let's go ahead and let's move to the elephant in the room. TC, me and you went and saw it together. It's no secret this movie's made $700 million over the past 2 weeks, which is absolutely astonishing. Black Panther on the Matt Odom, the Comic Hall Roundtable discussion. I'm giving this movie a 14 out of 10. 14 out of 10. I even went up, CC, when I thought about how good it was. I said 12 out of 10 when we left the theater. I'm going 14 out of 10 after that, being able to sit down and think about it. This movie was what you call biblical proportions. This was a movie of gold standard, like the 90s Bulls. This is the 90s Yankees. This is top of the line Marvel at its best. Everybody down to the cast, the extras, you name it. This movie had everything. It had drama. It had every aspect of the hood. As a black man, I was proud watching that movie. Being able, Al, this is what we didn't talk about today. The thing that really hit home for me was when they crossed over into Wakanda and it revealed itself, and you saw the beauty of Africa in all its glory. There was the scene there with T'Challa and his father that was extremely touching. You had the struggle between good and bad, but it was actually good versus good, but the bad was not what we, because we were accustomed, like Larry brought this up in the store, people were rooting for Black Panther, not realizing the struggle that Killmonger went through. And so he was the villain, but necessarily he was not the villain, but he was played to precision. Michael B. Jordan, mark my words, Michael B. Jordan will be the next Denzel Washington.
You might be going a little bit.
Who that, Larry?
You might be going a little bit.
No. I mean, because you got to think about it. You got, well, Idris Elba. I'll take that back. But I'll take that back. I forgot Idris was out there. My bad. Idris, my fellow Virgo. My bad, man. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, man. We just gotta get Idris in a good movie, man, because the last couple of movies Idris been in have been pretty rough, man. But no, it was just an awesome movie. It was just an overall great experience. I mean, I'm going to see it again, probably within the next week. We could saw, You know, I got to see it in 3D before it goes out of theater, which was probably they're gonna probably take it all the way down to the dollar movie. So I mean, they're gonna milk this, and I can't say anything bad about it. I know Xavier's gonna come on here tonight, and he's gonna say Superman versus Batman was better than it. So, you know, but X know I'm messing with it. But we know. I'm really interested to see why his score was so low. We know what his score is already. We're gonna let him reveal it. But I couldn't see anything wrong with this movie. This was the flawless. This was a flawless movie from top to bottom. Um, I mean, if it was left up to me, like you said today, Larry, we'd be taking this week off and we'd be going to film next week. We'd be on our way back over to get ready to get part 2 out the way, man. We're gonna open the floor up. Al, we're gonna go ahead and let you fire. I'll tell you what, TC, go ahead and give us your thoughts, because Al is over there in stitches over what I see. We'll go ahead and we'll let TC, the resident Black Panther master of the.
Well, man,
go ahead.
I'm really keeping short and sweet, man. This movie, like you said, it was one of those movies that it surpassed my expectations for what I thought it was going to be, and I'm really more impressed, not necessarily by the movie itself, but how well it did for it being basically a single superhero going out on his own, compared to like your Civil War or Avengers or anything like that, where it was a team up or a group. This is pretty much a movie that Black Panther carried himself. I mean, along with the other supporting cast, Killmonger, the rest of them on there. But it didn't have any other heroes in the movie itself. It was just Black Panther, and that was pretty much it as far as heroes in the movie. And for it to make the money that it's done, the success that it's done, and it's still making money. I mean, it's like you said, it's gone over 700 million. It surpassed Toy Story 3 and Wonder Woman so far for money making now. It passed Justice League that weekend for the total for what Justice League made. So I know, like you said, X probably gonna say Justice League was better, but that was your A team versus like the solo all.
Larry must have said that.
There we go.
Oh,
wait now. Got to bring up his Undertaker.
That ain't nobody but Larry saying that, and I ain't even got to be on the show that long. What's up, fellas?
What's going on, man?
He made sure he was on this show.
But yeah, man, I'm impressed. That really it surpassed everything I expected it to be, and definitely that's one. I don't buy very many Blu-rays, especially now with everything being digital like it is. But that's definitely going to be one of them. First day I'm going to get.
So, are you going to get the Ultimate Edition?
Yeah, whatever I'm going to get the Wakandan Vibranium Edition. When that come out, that's going to be mine first day.
All right. Darrell, we're going to bring Darrell in, man. We want to welcome Darrell, new panelist to the show. Have you had a chance to go see Black Panther yet, brother? I think you said you did.
Man.
What's your thoughts on the Panther, my man?
Oh, man. All right. So, honestly, I thought the movie was very, very well done. And not just because it is, a black director and what most people are generally like cool with about. I just really thought the movie was very well done. Like you said, there were no other heroes in it, but it also put just as much emphasis on the women and like really empowering the women in the movie just as much as they did Black Panther. And I really appreciate that. Especially given the times and the climate. But also what I liked about it was Danae Guerrera, who Walking Dead, I'm a big Walking Dead fan, so I like that aspect of it. But I guess what I liked about it also was the debate that it did bring up. as far as, you know, whose side you should take. You know, I really appreciate it, because generally the villain in the story is ultimately wholeheartedly wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just be wrong. But in this story, the villain, it's like, oh, I can kind of see where you're coming from on that. You know, I mean, you did kill his dad. You know, so the way that honestly created a divide in terms of, you know, whose side you're on, I really appreciate that, you know, about the movie. It wasn't just glorifying Black Panther either. And I also like the fact that Black Panther did get his ass kicked a couple of times. Like, I appreciate that about superhero.
Yeah.
I mean, I do, because again, I want to see some kind of struggle. I want to see them be super in whatever way that was. And then the relationship that he had with his sister, that was cool too. So,
well, it's, you know what, and he brings up a good point, man. It's always good to watch somebody get their ass whooped, man. You know, people get out at John Cena treatment, man. I mean, you see that stuff all the time, man. You know, Power Rangers. That's why I hate the Power Rangers, man, because they would never get their ass kicked, and
right.
when they do get their ass kicked, they calling it damn White Ranger.
Right.
Or the green one.
The green one. It's the same man. He just put on a different palette swap. He just pressed fierce punch instead of at the select screen. But yeah, I mean, that was a really good aspect of it, man, to watch him get his ass rolled over, man. You know, right in the middle of the movie, because you know, it just a lot of these movies, man, these dudes, you know, they run around, man, and they just roll over stuff, man. You know,
yeah,
you know, like Superman. I mean, Superman is damn near untouchable in the movies he in. It rolls right through him. But you know, it was really good to see that, man, and it was really good to see how they took that struggle of how his dad got, you know, he killed his dad, and to take that internal struggle and to take it, and then at the end of the movie turn it into something that was one of the most beautiful parts of the movie. And you know, it was just really good, man. So Xavier, we're gonna go. I'm going to Xavier. Let's go. Let's go to Xavier. Bro, Randall.
What's up, man?
What is your score on the Comic Hall roundtable discussion? What do you give it out of 10?
I told you I gave it a 7.5.
Lord.
This is why I gave it a 7.5. Y'all might not agree with it, but hey, that's how I feel.
In your opinion, my friend.
So if you sit there and look at the movie overall, it was a great movie. Don't get me wrong, it's a great movie. But you kill off Claw and you keep it off Eric Killmonger. It bothers me more so for killing off of Killmonger, because he potentially could have been the greatest Marvel villain that we've ever seen, quote unquote villain. Really? They ended him too soon. Like, he was literally. Can y'all still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, he literally could have been the greatest villain that we've seen on the big screen, and they ended him too soon. You know, he's the first villain that they brought on the big screen that we could have really had some kind of emotional tie. Like we were tied to him. He didn't try to play into what everybody else wanted him to play into. He had an agenda and he stuck to it, and you ended it off. Like I'm like, I want to see him go into T'Challa even more. You know what I'm saying? But we're not going to see that unless they bring him back somehow, some way. They're going to say that because he still had the purple heart flowing through his veins, that he came back somehow, some way. That's another thing. How did he die when he still had that going through him? He should have been healing the whole time. But you also, as far as Black Panther is concerned, when he was on screen by himself, it was him. But as soon as somebody else came onto the scene, they stole the movie from him. Shuri stole it. Nakia stole it from him. Killmonger definitely stole it from him. And what was the other one? Okoye. She dominated that movie, dude. You know what I'm saying? So it felt more like it was a movie about them more so Black Panther. Now, keep in mind, I love the movie. It's just sitting there looking back on those things. That's why I couldn't give it a 8.5 or a 9, because you give us what we've been looking for in a villain for all this time, and then you take them away like that. You know what I'm saying? And that really hurt me. You know what I mean? But I'm really looking forward to seeing part 2, because we already know that it's gonna be a part 2 with the amount of money that they brought in. But that's just the small little nitpicking on it. And no, I'm not gonna sit here and say that Justice League was better than Black Panther, because that's stupid on anybody's part to say that.
Yeah, he just messed with you, man. He just,
No, because Black Panther, hey man, the stuff that they did in that and showing how Shuri is smarter than Tony Stark and destroyed him, would literally destroy him when it comes to technology. I mean, she turned a flip flop into a Black Panther boot, the bottom of a flip flop, the part that we done got whooped with before. You know what I'm saying? And turn that into a legit weapon. Hey yo, I'm all for that. You got these bees that can heal everything, and they that one little bee is everything in Wakanda. I'm cool with that. I just wish it would have. I wish they wouldn't have killed off Killmonger. That's all.
Larry.
Hey, Auntie.
I gave the movie a 9 out of 10. I thought, going back to what the real was saying, man, everything was the women, man, made the movie spectacular. I don't think anybody stole the show from Black Panther. I think they were good. I think they were good co-hosts to his main player. But I think, man, that everything was well done. It's nothing more that can be said about it. Like Matt said, we were talking earlier today. I said, man, if I was the director, I say, man, let's party for this whole week. Let's enjoy these first week numbers, these second week numbers. Let's get back on the set and let's have part 2 ready for Marvel. So when Iron strikes again, we'll be ready to put it down and have the same success that we had this time. So, but overall, I think, like Al said, I don't know Al, but I will give you this. I think just because, like you say, Winter Soldier it was basically an Avengers movie. I still think Winter Soldier was slightly better done, but as a solo movie with nobody else in it, you can't argue that. So, it's between 1A and 1B.
Yep.
Those two movies.
all right.
Yeah.
So you said Winter Soldier, right, Larry?
Yeah, like I said, it's 1A, 1B, whichever way you want to.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying. I totally agree, man. That's my. I mean, I've always, I've had Winter Soldier way up the totem pole, as far as the Captain America movies or Avengers movies. Al.
Well, I mean, pretty much everybody touched on everything specifically. Now, what Larry just said, I totally agree with, because the Winter Soldier, man, that was a very well put together movie, but so was Black Panther. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this. The only thing, now I was disappointed, and I could agree with some points with X. There was the issue where I thought Claw was murked earlier, but it further processed the story. It was a plot device, because Killmonger needed some type of way to get into Wakanda in order to challenge T'Challa for the throne. I get that. I hated that he died, but I was hoping that we may see him in the second movie. Killmonger, on the other hand, I kind of figured that he was going to go that route, and it would have been nice to see him stick around. Now I was in a conversation with someone earlier, and they hinted that there's a possibility, and they kind of put that whole idea about him drinking the heart-shaped flower, that potion, that they may have put his body in some type of suspended animation, because we all know, and I'm gonna try to tie a couple of things together. I believe that the women were showcased the way they were because we already know that Okoye and Shuri and the other girl is supposed to be in Infinity War. So at some point in time in that movie, they're going to play some kind of role that's integral to the movie itself, because from the trailers, it looks as though Thanos is going to be in Wakanda. So they have no choice but to try to flesh them out in reference to character development. Or K/Michonne. I mean, I loved her in that particular movie. She was fierce. She was loyal to the throne, even though her heart was with T'Challa. When Killmonger became the king, you know, she had to do what she needed to do. It was loyalty. Shuri, I like their interaction as far as the sibling interaction. The cast in general, I mean, from Claw to the CIA director, everybody played their part excellently. I'll have to say that this movie, it ranks in one of the top Marvel movies, with Winter Soldier a close second, as far as the ability to go in there and to suspend your disbelief and to be able to enjoy the whole movie. Even the way they did Stan Lee's cameo, everything was seamless. It was seamless from the beginning of that movie to the very end. I was crunk to see Winter Soldier at the end because it tied in Civil War to Black Panther. That's why I mentioned on my Facebook post, it's all connected. So when we get ready to see Infinity War, man, it's going to be a lot of stuff going on in that movie. It's going to be a lot of plot devices, some plot twists, some character development from existing characters, and we may see some introduction of some new characters or whatnot. But me personally, I give Black Panther, I give it a solid 10, man, because I went in there thinking that the movie was going to be good. When I left that movie theater, it was like, man, it was a really well-made, put together movie. And it was one of those types of movies where I don't care how many times you watch it, being that Black Panther was a standalone character, the whole gist of the fact that it was just him, there was no Captain America, there was no Winter Soldier until the end of the movie, there was no Iron Man, there was no Thor, there was no Hulk, and him and that particular cast of characters within the country of Wakanda held that movie together. They went nowhere near the United States. That whole movie was in Wakanda for the whole 2 hours and 14 minutes. So that's a testament to some really good movie making. But to get to the negative part, the only negative thing, and I'm about to be done. Let me just say this. In reference to a lot of people have been getting a lot of stuff out of the movie. And I was telling TC and Matt earlier, what I got out of the movie as far as one of the storylines, because there was a lot of stuff going on. One of the things that I got out of the movie was the fact of reconciliation. The reason why I say that is this. Black Panther's dad, of course, was the previous Black Panther. He killed his brother, left his son there in California. His son grew up in a hardened part of California, probably seen a lot of stuff. Knew where he was from because he found his dad's information, so he knew about Wakanda. Black Panther, to me, that particular storyline between him and Killmonger was pretty much him trying to atone the sins of his father, basically. You know, he was trying to make amends for something that his dad did. Once he found out what happened, he was appalled by it. You know, the second time when he went to the astral plane, he said, Dad, you know, you were wrong for that. All y'all wrong. Why are we alienating our brothers and sisters outside of Wakanda? Which had a change of heart. I honestly think that had the movie went a different direction, they may not have fought if Killmonger was so gung-ho on killing them. But, you know, that had to happen because that was part of the story. So that's what I got out of it. But everything from the locale, the CGI, the acting, everything, costumes was superb. I will watch it again, and I will be purchasing that vibranium adamantium Weapon H version when it comes out on Blu-ray as well. Last thing I'm going to say, and I'm done. I was pissed off, y'all, that all the Black Panther cups were sold out that weekend that Black Panther came out. I went to the movies this morning to see that, and I had my heart set on a Black Panther cup because I have a cup for Avengers, I have a cup for Age of Ultron, I have a cup for Thor. I said, ma'am, let me get a large drink. I knew I was going to pay $15 for that drink, but I didn't care because I wanted a Black Panther cup. She said, sir, we are all out. I looked at her with so much contempt and evil. If I had telekinetic powers, her head would have exploded against the flesh machine. When I left that movie theater, I went to the concession stand and I asked her, I said, hello, ma'am. This is the guy that asked about the Black Panther cup at the beginning of the movie. I said, will you all be getting some more? Because I would go to the movies to pay $10 just to get a drink and leave. She said, they said all the cups from the warehouse to the movie theater. So every cup that was sent to them was sold that weekend. I am appalled. I am shocked. And I ain't even went on eBay because I'm sure some idiot is out there on eBay trying to sell that cup for $35. Other than that, excellent movie. And I'm done.
No posters either.
Yeah.
No,
hey, man,
all of it was gone.
Y'all talking about posters? And TC will tell you, man, we were in the popcorn boxes. They were rolling popcorn boxes. They had the posters in their hand going into the first showing when we was there. I knew that was gone.
I'm about to go to eBay to see if somebody's selling cups.
I got
TC to beat you to it.
Man, I would draw that poster for you. I would draw it and paint it.
All right, fellas. So let's move on here. Moving from Black Panther to staying on the subject of black superheroes. Al, this is something that we've discussed before. We discussed this on the show probably about a year and a half ago. I think it's time that we revisit it. Who are some of the black superheroes for people who are watching the show tonight and they're saying that, you know what, I never even knew about Black Panther or etc. Black Lightning is now hot, which we'll talk about that later on. But what are some of the characters there that, for those who are interested in collecting black superheroes, who would you point to? And I'll tell you what, I've got, and I went and got this here. For those who, you want to support black artists and black books, this is Tuskegee Airs. And this is something that you can go pick up. And it's by some fellas that's actually from up in Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the kind of stuff that everybody's going on about. Oh man, Wakanda forever. I'm black nerds and all this stuff. Yeah, there you go, Al. There you go. So pick up the book, man. I think it was what, $3 or something like that, maybe $3 or $4 or whatever. And a lot of people don't even know. And me and Darrell talked about this Friday. That the artist for World of Wakanda stays in Atlanta, Georgia, a full Richard. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people slept on that book, and it kind of ties into the women of Wakanda. Mm-hmm. But Al, who are some of the people that you would recommend for those who are looking to collect black superheroes?
Well, as far as it goes, you have some old school characters like you mentioned. You got Black Lightning, of course, Black Panther. You got Luke Cage. You got Storm. You got Blade. Of course, you got Falcon. You have Spawn. People fail to realize that is a black guy. He's a black character. Now, in most recent history, DC has created a couple of characters, one of which is Batwing. He's actually in the Batman family. So you could pick up some of those books. War Machine, Black Lightning, Bumblebee from the Titans, of course, John Stewart and Cyborg. Even right now, Firestorm. Firestorm, well, he hasn't been in DC as of lately, but at one point he was a black guy. You have Vixen, Miles Morales. And then if you're talking about certain characters from Independence, you've got Icon. That's a Milestone character, which Milestone is supposed to be relaunching soon. You got Rocket from the Icon stories. You got let me see. You got Static. You got Hardware. And while I'm on the subject of Milestone, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of these books that I'm talking about now, with the exception of maybe Static. Now, Static is probably, his first issue is probably going to be about maybe $15 to $20 because, out of the Milestone characters, he's like one of the most popular ones. But a lot of these books you can still get because they are 90s books. There's not really a lot of focus on these characters right now. As indicated, DC is actually supposed to bring them back into the fold, give them their own universe. So, of course, they're going to have some type of, attention given to them possibly this summer or maybe later on this year. You got Blue Marvel. Now, I will say with Blue Marvel of the Ultimates, his first, it was a 5-issue limited series that I have. That first issue is probably going to run you about $40 or $50 because, it's one of those rare type of books. Bronze Tiger, Battlestar, Steel, Green Lantern, John Stewart. I mean, there's a lot of characters out there, and then you got some independents, like for example, this story called Black Cloud. Black Cloud is a book that Image actually puts out. And that particular heroine in that book is Black. Black Cloud has been out for about 5 or 6 months. So that's a book that you could relatively start from jump. Pick up issue number 1. You might pick up the second or third printing, because Image books generally are low printed books, and you go from there. So I mean, as far as it goes, you basically have to know what to look for, what to go for. And one thing I will say, when you're trying to find certain books, like for example, Uncanny X-Men 282, that's the first appearance of Bishop. If you're looking to collect Black superheroes, that book is relatively cheap. The first appearance of Jason Rush, which is the Black Firestorm, that particular book is relatively cheap. Of course, you get to the Luke Cages and the Storms, because you know, John Size X-Men, that's like just about everybody's holy grail on the panel almost. But that book's gonna cost you a pretty penny. So you have to pick and choose your battles. Pick a character that you want to follow. Once you follow that person, make sure that the books that you pick up are affordable. Don't try to break the bank just to get the first appearance of Luke Cage. That's a $300 book. Now, of course, if you got the loot to get it, then by all means. But at the same time, be careful. You go on eBay. Matt extols the virtues of comic conventions all the time. We're supposed to be going to one in May and then another one in July. Check comic conventions in your area. They used to have one in Macon that has shut down, and then they had one in Warner Robins a few weeks ago, where I bought the first 4, the Wolverine miniseries, for like $60 for all 4 of them. So you go online, you pay $60 for the first issue. So conventions are a good way to go. Just do your research. You know, you got the Tuskegee Heirs, you got the Kids Were Kings, I think. Based in Egypt. I can't remember the name of the book totally. You have this book called Black, which was a 6-issue miniseries that posed the question that if black people only had superpowers in the United States, how would everybody else treat us? So that was a book that came out. That was pretty good. Do a Google search on Black superheroes. You'll come up with a lot of superheroes that you might want to follow. Now, unfortunately, there aren't that many Black superheroes in the forefront. But at the same time, what you need to do, if there's a particular superhero or villain for that part that you want to support, buy the comic. Larry, for example, is a Magneto fan. Larry gonna buy everything Magneto. So if you're going to follow a particular character, follow that character and support that character's book. And, you know, if there's enough buzz behind it, that person may get, you know, some more shine. Black Panther is a prime example. When they actually introduced or said the Black Panther movie was coming out, the sales of his book shot up, you know. So it's like that with everything. But that's pretty much all I got to say about that, sir.
Darrell, you wanted to hop in there, my man?
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of with you. Like, I don't know. I also follow it. In addition to following like a character and seeing them through, which I totally agree with. Can y'all hear me? First of all, I just added this mic.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool. So, like, I follow labels. Like, I'm a big Image Comics fan. Why? Because, though I like Marvel characters, like Black Panther is my new favorite, but I'm not about to sit here and say that I just been on Black Panther. No, this was newly introduced to me. But when you talk about a curated collection of Black characters, you know, Black Cloud, that's definitely one. Like, I have Black Cloud #1 right here. You know what I'm saying? And I just kind of been following it through. I like to approach comics from the aspect of like, what's the storyline? Like, is it a storyline that is human to me? You know, I'm always big on a character getting their ass whooped. And then of course, but I'm really into the reality of it. Like when I get with a character, I like Black Panther because he still resonates with me, but I like Michonne from The Walking Dead because
my wife is a lawyer. You see what I'm saying? And Michonne at one point was a lawyer. You know, it's things like that. Like I like to find commonalities in the characters that I can kind of vibe with. You know, and then for me, I started getting into a lot of Image comics because of the place, like because of the location. I read this comic called Southern Bastards, you know, and it's about Southern football culture, which is something that's a big thing here in the South and in Georgia. And there are black characters, are very strong black characters, and it's very real to me. You see what I'm saying? I like getting comics that are very real. You know, I'm into superheroes, but sometimes superheroes don't come in the shape of a Superman or a Black Panther. Sometimes superheroes for me come in the shape of a character like Kick-Ass, who it's just you know, and she, the new Kick-Ass, is even a black character there. And she has a story. Her husband cheating on her with some white girl, and
typical shit.
Yeah, and you know, and she just came back home from war. She's like, "Yo, I'm ready to see my family." They kind of like, he ain't here." Yeah, it's very, unfortunately and fortunately, it represents black culture in a lot of familiar ways, but still, it's a character named Kick-Ass. You gotta be a good superhero, or you know, or vigilante, whatever you want to be, to name yourself Kick-Ass. You know, and that's very real to me. And I like to follow characters like that. And so, you know, that's and then I still do like to throw a little bit of imagination in there, like Black Cloud. I'm gonna go back to that. Like, I didn't know where that comic was gonna go at first, but there's like a fantasy to it, and you know, I appreciate that in it. You know, in this time is representing the character who has this tormented history, and literally their actions dictating the way the world operates. And whatever she does, the world operates either positively or negatively in response to that, because she had to make choices. It's a very human thing.
Al, and you made me think about something. Did you mention Devil Girl and not Devil Girl, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur?
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah, that's actually getting ready to be a show on the new Disney Channel.
Animated series.
Yeah, animated series.
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne.
Cyborg, which I'm not. We got Cyborg there, and to piggyback off what Darrell said, you know, for Al, in the shape of a superhero comes the Shazam. To him.
Yeah, and I do yell Shazam every now and then. I know I ain't gonna turn into it.
Larry, would you have any thoughts there on the on black superhero?
I mean, y'all pretty much said everything. A few of my favorite, America Chavez, Storm, Falcon, Bishop, who else?
Miles Morales.
Oh yeah, yes, Miles Morales. So I mean, I think everything trying to be diverse and more real, like the real was saying. So I think now's the time to get in. Even Black Panther and the crew, you know, they were Mr. Knight, Luke Cage, Storm. You know, now's the perfect time to get into it if you want to get into it.
Xavier, your thoughts on black superheroes, my friend?
I'll pretty much hit all the ones I was gonna say.
Well, okay, all right. Bro Coleman, the Black Panther Master. Your thoughts on black superheroes, my friend?
You know what, man? Y'all named just about everybody on their board, but one of them, my personal favorite, y'all did, is Al Simmons. That's Spawn. A lot of people don't realize it, but because you look at the character, you see like the demon form, but I mean, it's a black guy.
Yeah, Michael J. White.
Right.
I think I mentioned it.
I mean, watching that. I mean, I read the comics and then watching the show that they did on HBO back in the day, and how raw that was with Keith David doing the voice, the guy from They Live. I mean, that really just set the tone for that character. And I'm really looking forward to the new movie coming out because they're gonna do a different approach to it. It's gonna be more horror based than like a hero type thing.
Yeah, I mean, you've got quite a few. I've got a list here of people here, and we've heard, Xavier brought out to Luke Cage. I think we all kind of were like Luke Cage is kind of like everybody knows about Luke Cage. Most folks know about Luke Cage.
Yeah.
But War Machine, people forget even though if you watch the movies, you know that. Blade is one.
Blade is a good one.
Yep. You've got Black Nick Fury.
Brother
that was coming out of my mouth. I was getting Brother Voodoo. Brother Voodoo. Yeah, Brother Voodoo. You got Spectrum, Night Thrasher. We've got Deathlock, Isaiah Bradley, the Patriot, Gentle, and Al. I'm not sure if you mentioned your boy or not, man, but Black Goliath.
Black Goliath.
Black Goliath. He fought the good fight before the Civil War, and that was pretty much about it.
Ragnarok.
Yeah, Ragnarok finished him on off. We're gonna go ahead and move along here, and we're gonna go ahead and talk a little television. Not too much television. Now, Jarrell, I know you are the resident. You are a Walking Dead fanatic, but I've got to ask you.
Okay.
What did you think about? I see Xavier. Look at Xavier. Xavier's face. He already know. What was your thoughts on The Walking Dead this past Sunday? Sunday. Let me ask you now. Have you been reading the comics since day one?
I read since number one, and I'm on the TV show since 2008. I graduated in 2008 from high school, and 1 year came out.
All right. So, what was your thoughts on this past week's episode of The Walking Dead? And I can just about tell by your reaction.
All right. So this past weekend, so we all knew Carl was gonna die. Carl was gonna die. We found that out last episode. All right. So there's a couple of good things, a couple of bad things that I think about that. Number one, all right, I'll list the good because I'm probably gonna sound like a jerk when I list the bad.
You probably won't.
Okay. So the good is that's my dude Carl. Who don't like Carl? So they did him the honor and the service of giving him Andrea death in the cartoon. I mean in the comic. Okay, like it was respectful. Nobody in The Walking Dead would ever really get that kind of death if this was really going on. I'm sure it will be a whole hell of a lot more chaotic, but that's Carl. We love him. The boy's going to college. I think he's going to UGA. Go Dogs. All of that stuff.
He's going to Auburn.
He's going to Auburn?
Boy,
okay. I thought it was UGA. Maybe I don't know where I got that from, but okay. He going to college. Hey, look. Y'all are crazy. So look, it was cool the way he went out. All right. That was fine. The way he got bit, they made him. I mean, come on, man. Like, you got bit that easily and you Carl Grimes. Like, you of all people should have known better. Like, in the comic, don't nobody worry about Carl. That's it's reasons why. Like, Carl don't make mistakes like that. And so in the TV show, like, I would have rather Carl go out like fighting or something.
But Darrell, let me ask you this, man, because you new to the panel, and let me ask you this. I'm gonna ask you a question, man. I want all the answers. Do you feel like this TV series of this current, not the Fear the Walking Dead, this current rendition of Walking Dead, do you feel like it's ran its course? Do you feel like this show is ran its course?
Yes.
So that means we are unanimous on the panel.
Walking Dead, and now I'm gonna say this. I am a fan. I'm a fan till The Walking Dead go to the grave and get shot in the head. I mean, I'm a fan. I'm gonna watch it. I'm there. This ain't no.
I'm with you.
This ain't no game. We gonna be there every Sunday, and every month I'm gonna pick up the comic because the comic. Can I spoil something? Are we all updated? Does anybody else read it?
Yeah, we all read it. Yeah. We
Okay.
Yeah.
So this last episode up at the this new place that we found, the only thing that was honestly keeping me in the game was the fact that Elodie is now here. So I'm trying to figure out what's about to happen with that. But I was starting to feel like the comic was starting to stale out a little bit too. But again, I'm here for The Walking Dead because of a lot of other reasons. But I mean, as far as the show Sunday, I just think that Carl could have went out better. And, like I don't even really like Sadiq because of that. Like, I just don't, because it's like, I mean, that's cool, but now you got to have a real good part. Now, what I'm interested in is how Morgan's going to transition over to Fear the Walking Dead, which is now my new junk.
Yeah,
Fear the Walking Dead is my new junk.
Oh yeah. That's it, man. Fear the Walking Dead is where it's at.
Yeah, but Walking Dead, I mean, in the comic and in the show, I'm a big Rick Grimes fan. I've been there since day one, and I love the revolver, that Colt Python. I love it. I'm a revolver man myself. But Rick Grimes got to die to like really throw something up. And Robert Kirkman said that he's going to die. So unfortunately and fortunately, I'm just waiting on that to run its course.
You know, the thing about this show, and we've discussed this before, is that it's lost its luster, and as far as it has to be an extreme, something extreme has to happen. And
yeah.
even though you may point to Carl is off the show, it doesn't have that effect like it would have if, like Daryl was to get knocked off next week.
Like when Glenn died, bro.
Yeah, I mean we all saw that coming, but we was just like, still, it's like, damn, man, it's
yeah.
Well, I think everybody with Glenn was just wondering if that was going to actually imitate the comic.
Oh, they did.
That's what about Glenn deal. We knew it was coming. It was just, are they really? It's almost like Infinity War.
Yeah.
Are they really going to try to imitate the comic, man? And that's what you hang on to.
Yeah.
TC, I'm gonna roll over to TC. Yeah. Your thoughts on you gotta hit your mute, buddy.
That show was rough, man. I mean, like I told you, man, I'd rather sit down and watch the episode of Silk Stalkers.
Oh no!
It was just, it was just they just drew out that whole death for like an hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes, ever how long it was. And they just drew it out so long. And like you said, I'd rather see him just go down and like just a hail of gunfire or something like that, rather than just laying in a hole in the ground, sitting there talking to.
Yeah, he froze up there, man. But
back. All right.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather see him. I mean, go out in like a hail of gunfire, man. And the way he went out, and you just sitting there just talking the whole time, and then these little flashbacks and this, that, and the other, and it's just like, you know what? Just go ahead and get it on over with, man. Let him go ahead and kill himself, and get this over with.
I mean, the thing that got me was how the show just cut off.
Yeah.
I mean, in the middle of a conversation, it cuts off. TC, am I lying? We were sitting there watching it, and TC said, "Oh, it's off." That's it. We waited an hour and a half for that. Hour and a half for that. The show is on life support, man. And what, Drea, you and Xavier and Larry will be the resident reporters for Walking Dead.
Okay.
I'll be watching Fear the Walking Dead. I'll let y'all.
I'm with you there too.
Yeah. Y'all can have Walking Dead. Y'all can have that.
Okay.
I'm going over to Fear the Walking Dead. I'll be hanging out with the old man.
You say you leaving with Morgan?
Yeah.
Hey, man, when's the last time you see me post anything good about The Walking Dead?
Back in 2016.
I mean, The Walking Dead, like I said, they trying to get toward the end, and that's what they're trying to get toward.
The end has been.
You at the tail end. So I mean, everything is not going to be spectacular at this point, man. I think season 9, especially if I don't know if anybody reads, but if a certain star leaves, that's gonna hurt the show.
Mm-hmm.
If that person leaves, that's gonna hurt. At this point, you just gotta try to make it to season 10, and season 10 got to be a finale.
I don't see how they're gonna make it.
I think are they in for season 10 or season 12?
Woo, hey man, look like they're going from season to season right now.
Yeah, they going from episode to episode. You talking about season?
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm gonna throw something out here, man. It's just speculation.
Hey, when Meg leave, it's done.
I wouldn't be surprised if they start transitioning these fools over to Fear the Walking Dead.
And that's what I would say, man. You know, as a matter of fact,
don't ruin that show.
That's what you can, but that's what you can do to put some fresh energy into it, because you don't have to be linear anymore to a comic. Now, all of a sudden, you can put them in a different environment and switch everything about everything.
Yep.
Al, your thoughts on? Did you watch that, man?
No, I was at work.
You missed nothing.
Yeah, Geico gave you more than
Yeah, you got way more action over them phones than you did on that TV. I can promise you that.
I was taking claim calls.
Okay. You had more action.
Right.
Entertaining them claims. Listening in the car.
You know what though? Can I say something? This is, I would like to know y'all's thoughts on this if y'all don't mind me asking. What would it be like if we just all started following Michonne's story? Because, like, you know, the video game follows Michonne's story.
But see, you know what? That kind of goes back to what me and the TC talked about last year with the Strain. You got, did you ever watch the Strain, Darrell?
I read number 1 of the comic. It was like re-released recently or something like that. And I read it for free.
But the TV show, there's this character named Quinlan. Who was
Invictus.
Yeah, Victus. His proper name, Invictus. Better pretty much like a kick-ass version of Blade. And his story was so interesting. And me and TC kept screaming as, you know, they should give him, they actually gave him a comic book. He actually got his own comic book. But his story is so good that you could base a TV show just around him.
Right.
And I think you could do the same thing with Michonne because she's so interesting. You know, you could find a character, you know, we know she was a lawyer, but, you know, transition into where she was when she got to the show.
Right. Because, I mean, there's a whole gap of knowledge about her that nobody, like, she shows up with, you know, her boyfriend and ex and his homeboy, mouth chopped off, arms chopped off, on chains. Like, what led her to that conclusion?
I mean, and that's the thing is that you got avenues to this, you know, I'm gonna go on a rant.
Hey, before you go on that rant, after seeing her as a Okoye, I really don't want to see her as Michonne anymore.
Really?
I don't. I want to see her as a Okoye. Her character was way more interesting in the 2+ hours that we got in Black Panther than what they've been doing with her for the past 2.5 seasons. Ever since she fell in love with Rick, that was a decline of her.
And Jungle Fever, man.
Michonne is a better character by herself, as she is in the comic.
Like, I liked her before she started trying to fight instead of using her swords.
Right.
You know what, man? You got, but you know, this is the thing is that they'll spend a show on Tara. They'll build Tara up for 4 weeks.
That was the most disinteresting character, man.
I mean,
it still is.
She is. For all those Street Fighter folks.
Hold on. What you said again, Darrell? By Tara.
Tara wasn't Tara that weird. I mean, she doesn't have a place to me. She does not have a place to me. Tara,
brother, they'll tell you I've been preaching this stuff from day one. She
Tara,
is the most useless character.
Yeah, I mean,
show.
I got nothing for her.
That was a cosign, Darrell. That wasn't that negative.
No, I appreciate it.
I've been saying this ever since we started. We've been talking about The Walking Dead. That's man,
I mean, honestly, bro, and I'm sorry to cut you off. I don't see how she's still alive.
Oh God. That's just like going to Wendy's, man, and buying 20 double stacks and then I-75 and just throwing them out the window. Why? Why? Like, you all right with me, Darrell? If you don't agree with nothing else, you all right with me, and I'm done.
I appreciate it.
I just, see, that's what I'm saying is that you spend more time on developing those kind of weak ass characters. I'm weak characters, man. And you got other people that you can develop. But once again, it's Robert Kirkman, and he's doing what AMC wants him to do. So in the mode of piss poor episode, we're gonna move on. And we're going to move on to the other elephant in the room, which we know they usually follow each other week by week. And so last night, I get home after coaching soccer. I run home. I call, I get situated and I realize I said, "Oh, wait a minute, Flash comes back on this week."
Man, I fell asleep on it.
Let me call Antonio Coleman. And what's up, brother? I say, "Hey, man, Flash is on, man." He said, "You must ain't seen what they doing, man." And I knew then I was doomed. And that was, hell, man. They could have just stayed in the courtroom.
And I fell asleep on it last night, and I fell asleep this morning trying to watch it on demand. It was rough.
I mean, it's absolutely bad. I mean, absolutely bad. And I just this show is done.
I don't care about Joe's kid. I'm sorry.
I mean, the show is done. The show is done. I would say, I'm done. It's done. It's over. Put a fork in it. I mean, I think they peaked too early, man. I really do. I think that whole Zoom thing, they should just say that like season 4. Reverse Flash. They should say all that stuff. They completely shot out the cannon on themselves, and now you're trying to match up to those other seasons, and it's just ain't happening this season, man. It's just like it's too much going on. You got bad plots, you got stupid the villains are ass backwards this year. You got Brainiac on the Flash show, which I can rant about earlier today at Comics Plus. I don't understand. It's like I'm just gonna use the same analogy I used earlier, Larry, when we was at Comics Plus. At times, supporting DC is like supporting the Atlanta Braves, man.
Dang.
You just damn if you do. I mean, especially in the 80s, man. By 87, 88, Atlanta Braves, man. I mean, just box of chips and popcorn, man.
Hey, from worst to first,
Yeah, man, but I don't see Sid Bream coming from nowhere. I don't see Sid Bream anywhere coming for the Flash.
Hey, man, it was Nixon, man.
Oldest
it was Nixon running on the wall, man.
I mean, absolute garbage. Tonio! The Flash, man, the Flash.
Hey, man, before Tony say something, as Larry would say, this show is not made for us. It is not made for the comic book fans. It's made for fans of TV. Riverdale is better than the Flash, man.
Hey,
and that's no lie. And that's no.
Okay,
and while you driving, though, Riverdale is good though.
It's a real good show.
Yeah,
very good show. Yep. Tonio.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Riverdale.
Yes.
Show, man.
Riverdale is bomb, bro.
Yeah, it's a really good show, man. It's a
dark Archie. Yeah.
It's dark Archie. Yeah, that's what makes it so good.
Real dark Archie.
Very.
Tonio. Are you about ready to give it on up, man? You about ready to give it up, man?
We stuck, man.
I mean, the only way you can say this for me right now is if you brought the ring out. And you know what?
Still hollering about that ring, yo. Hey man, I need you to watch Emergency Awesome so you can win one of his rings giveaway. That's the only way you're gonna get it.
The ring is never coming, man. But no, I mean this episode. I mean this is one of those things where it's kind of like a duh type moment because they've already talked about this in the last season. Yeah. They talked about the inhibitor thing that they built, right, but nobody else followed up on it. It was just like, oh well, you know, we just gonna.
Where's the scientist?
Yeah, just wait.
Where's the female chick at?
So, I mean, I really don't know. I mean, I really don't know what they're trying to do with this, and it looks like now, 15 episodes into this season, they're gonna start going into all the stuff that Barry was writing out on the walls when he came out of the Speed Force, and it's like, well, you should have been doing that 10 episodes ago.
They need to bring a speedster back. I hate to say this, but damn.
You know what, Xavier, you're 100% right because it makes the show better. It gives you have some form of a challenge. You have some form of an interest. When you start, I mean, the Brainiac man. And
go ahead and bring Godspeed in. Do something great. They done already name dropped August anyway, so might as well bring them in.
I mean, they can go back to go get Zoom back, you know, bring him back. But you know,
man, Barry need to go back in time again, so he can mess stuff up again, so we can get interested in him again. Because right now,
yeah, did you see the Flash, brother?
Nope.
Darrell, do you watch the Flash, man?
No, man. I wish I had the time in the day to do it.
Well, you're too late now. Stay where you at. Don't worry about it.
No, you can watch season 1 and season 2. Don't watch nothing outside of that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Al.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm not gonna say anything else. When I saw that article that they were making Iris West out of a speedster, I just lost it, man. I'm like, you know, I just.
We're not gonna recognize that here on the Comment Hall, Ron.
Well, I mean, I have to speak my opinion on it, sir. But I mean, for the most part, like I said, when I saw that and she was in a costume, I don't even, what do they call her, Will-o'-the-Wisp or something? I don't know. But whatever. Man, I don't know. It was bad. That court case was bad enough. And then, you know, I missed the 2 episodes after that because of work and I hadn't caught up. And then whoever posted that in the group was like, why are they making her a speedster when they turned around and put an article out that predated that one and stated that for the most part, they were getting rid of the guy that was playing Wally West, putting him possibly on Legends of Tomorrow because the budget for Flash was too much for them to do special effects for 2 speedsters. But now they're turning around and giving her speed powers, man. They should have just kept Frankie Lyman and just called it a day.
So last night after the Flash went out, Black Lightning followed. Black Lightning started out very slow and ended with a decent bang. I give last night's show of Black Lightning on a scale of 1 to 10. I give it a strong 6 at best. And that's just because you got the other superhero revealed, and you also had Tobias.
I'm more interested in Tobias and anything on that show.
Yeah. You know, a fun fact for those who are hip hop fans here on the panel, man. I did not realize that was one of the guys from Strong Arm Steady.
I think you're the only one who didn't realize that.
I did not, because I did not pick up on the voice. I did not. I was like, wait a minute, I know this. I was like, I know this dude from somewhere. Lo and behold, that's where it was. Al, go ahead.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna tell y'all something, ladies and gentlemen. If y'all are not watching Black Lightning is a pretty good show. I mean, I didn't watch last night's episode. I binge watched it up until the last episode where his younger daughter started to display powers, where she did them kung fu chops on the girls in the skating ring and stuff. But as far as the plot, the story, it is a decent story. So if you're not watching that show, pick it up. I mean, it is a really good show. So they actually showed another superhero, or was it his daughter?
His
The
daughter.
youngest daughter. The youngest daughter.
No, it wasn't the youngest daughter.
It was the
older
old
daughter.
one.
Yeah.
Also, it was Thunder. Okay.
Yeah.
I
But
remember
that
the last.
outfit, boy.
Oh yeah.
I remember.
Bro, hey, oh.
When she was in that boutique trying on them clothes and stuff, and I was like, "Oh Lord, have mercy." This is,
Hey,
but yeah.
When they were doing that episode, I was talking to one of my homeboys on the phone, and he like, "Man, where's this going?" I said, "Yo, look, she in there talking to a gay dude. I like where he's leading with this." And he like, "Huh?" Then the next thing you know, that suit came out. Oh boy, he got her right.
Your thoughts on last night's episode of Black Lightning? Did you get a chance to watch it, brother?
Who was that for me?
Yeah, you. Did you get a chance to watch it last night?
I watched it. I like it. It's funny. I fell asleep on the Flash, but woke up for that. Man, it was a decent show. The only thing that I didn't like, and I don't like every time Tobias picks somebody up, he stiffens. Like everything he does is super stiff. Now I understand the last time he picked Buddy up, he didn't want to drop his drink. Hey, don't spill no liquor. I feel him.
Hey man, Pikachu, y'all about spilling that yak?
But I'm really interested to see where they're gonna go with him, man. You know, I've liked him more and more every episode. The ex-wife or the wife, whatever she is, she's starting to get a little aggravated to me. She's starting to become a little Iris West to me, even though she's still good eye candy. But I'm more interested in Tobias, like I said, and I want to see how they're gonna play this Thunder and Lightning out. Are they just gonna go ahead? Is the ex-wife gonna shut up now and accept the fact that he is Black Lightning and that her daughter has the powers too? And are they gonna let the youngest daughter know about them both having powers and go from there? But I like the direction that it's going in.
Darrell, are you watching Black Lightning, my friend?
No, I actually, the day I met you was the day I picked up that book, this one here. So I'm literally new to it.
All right. That's cool, man. But make sure you check that show out, man. It's pretty good. It's really, they're only like what is it? 5 episodes in, 6 episodes in?
7, I think.
I'll catch up then. Yeah,
Is
that's cool.
it 7?
Yeah, because
It's on the CW, right?
Yeah, it's on CW right after Flash.
It's 6 or 7, I believe.
Tuesday night at 9.
Nah, I know they took 2 weeks off. That's why I think it's at 6. I think.
Yeah.
Larry, did you watch Black Lightning last night?
I watched it last night, man. It's not a show I watch often. It's the only.
Hey, you watch the DC show, man?
Yeah, man. It's the only DC show I watch. I'm trying to support.
You're gonna watch Krypton when it come out.
Oh no.
Hey, Larry, just for you, they coming out with some Smallville pops just for you.
It might be the best DC show ever, bro.
Black Lightning?
No, Smallville.
Nah, he talking about Smallville. They ain't got nothing to do with Superman.
Now, what's your thoughts on Black Lightning, man?
It was decent. I ain't, like I said, I don't know too much about it, so I really can't chime in and say what it. But as a TV show, so far, the 2 episodes I watched haven't been bad. Like I said, I would watch it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how. Like this, for the night it comes on, it would be entertaining.
TC, your thoughts on Black Lightning?
That was a huge stab and slap in the face on the Flash, but I can't be mad at you.
Man, it's a really good show. I still have a few gripes with just the small detail stuff. Like,
Costume.
The costume you gotta do something with that costume because he's just wearing goggles. You can't tell who he is. The goggles he's wearing.
I agree with that.
He couldn't tell who his daughter was, and all she got was like some paint on her face.
I watched it and I said, bro, you keep telling your daughter you got your daughter's on there.
Like the wife knew instantly and he didn't know.
But yeah, besides that, it's a really good show. And you know what? You need to watch it if you haven't watched it. I will say that for everybody.
Al, did you watch last night's episode of Black Lightning, brother?
Your Honor, I was at work.
Look, that's his answer. He's sticking to it.
He gonna stick to it, man.
I'm gonna watch it tonight, probably before I go to sleep.
All right. So somebody's watching the show. Just text me and said, this is for collecting purposes. Asked the question. They said, we'll read it here. It says, Stan Lee is getting up in age. What do you think about collecting anything with Stan Lee on it? Go ahead, Al. You take that one.
I'm gonna tell you right now, whoever this is, thank you for that question. I'm gonna tell you right now, you gonna catch Bloody Murder at this particular point in time. I would have said maybe about 3, 4, 5 years ago, maybe not even that long ago, you would have been able to find a decent Stan Lee signature for a reasonable price. Now, if you don't believe me, go to eBay and just put in a search, and what your search needs to say is Stan Lee CGC signed. Stan Lee CGC signed. You have people out there that's selling these books that Stan Lee has signed. These books normally will only cost maybe 10, 15 bucks. With his signature, it's gonna take this book to 300, 400 bucks. Woe be unto you if the book is slabbed or graded, which means that it's encased in the plastic. It's going to exponentially increase. I've been looking for books because I really would like him to sign 1 or 2 of my comic books. But realistically speaking, Stan Lee is up in age, and his appearances at cons are starting to get more sparse. So with that being said, I should have taken the route that Vince took, which is another one of our panelists that's not here. What's up, Vince? And he actually came across what was the Spider-Man,
Miles Morales.
the Miles Morales that was signed for a hell of a price. But if you're gonna find something, my suggestion is to look and to search. Don't just get anything, because you got some people out there, they got some crappy books that were signed by Stan Lee, and they're just trying to make a buck off of it. So, I mean, for one, let it be something worthwhile. Of course, it's going to be out of question finding something like an Iron Man 1 or X-Men 1. You might as well forget that, because you're going to probably have to tight upon your car to get something like that. But, I mean, you know, if you're going to look for something that's signed by Stan Lee, make sure that, I mean, for one, that it means something to you. And then number 2, it's not garbage, because a lot of sellers out there are trying to sell garbage just because Stan Lee's signature is on it. So don't fall for the trap. Don't fall for the trap.
Yeah, and also I'll throw this out there too for people who are looking for Stan Lee signatures. If you look for like D-list characters, you know, like a a Wasp or something like that, and you know, get that signed, or you know, House of M, you know, off the cuff books, you can find those signed by, you know, Stan Lee at a reasonable price. But like Al said, something like a Iron Fist, number 1, stuff like that. Nope, you can hang it up. And God forbid you go try to look for a Deadpool, anything with Deadpool.
Any number 1s, you can scratch that.
Yeah. Luke Cage signed, you can scratch that. Black Panther signed. Now you used to get Black Panther signed at a reasonable price by Stan Lee, but you know, that's, you can hang that up now. Go ahead, Al.
Man, I saw a New Mutants number 1 about a month ago. Somebody apparently bought it. It was CGC 8. And they had it was a $600 book, and it was signed by Stan Lee. I'm not gonna do that. I already got 3 copies of that book. Why I'm gonna pay $600 for a book that I already got 3 times? I mean, Stan is the man, but nah, man,
don't let it be 98.
Man, shoot.
Don't let it be 98, boy. Great day.
You about to start cooking some crack.
All right, fellas, let's move on. We're just about there towards the end. Want to bring up topic. TC, our resident variant master. What books are trending for those who are out looking, man? What seems to be the hottest item on the docket for variant hunters out there?
You know what, man? It's something that we talked about last night, and that's a comic that really started out kind of garbage as far as with what people thought was going to be about it or anything like that. But the Thanos comics, man, have ever since 13 with that first appearance of the Cosmic Ghost Rider, it's just been riding high every issue after that. 14 is a $20 comic. 15 is going for $20. 16 is going to be coming out soon. You just saw 17. They just did a pre-order today on that, where they did a variant where he's going up against the Silver Surfer on that one. and they only did like 600 virgin copies of it. So that right now, to me, is going to be the one of the bigger ones that's coming on there for it. And like you said with before, anything that Image is doing, especially their number ones, the first issues that they're doing on there for it, that's something to always look out for to see which artists are doing it, and the storytellers, the writers for it. That's the main thing you want to look on there for that.
Yeah, I mean, what was it? The vampires, Tony, the
Redneck.
Rednecks. Yeah, Rednecks, man. Matter of fact, I think that didn't come out this week. The new one didn't come out this week.
Next week.
Yeah. Next week it comes out. Are you reading Rednecks, Darrell?
Yes, I'm reading Redneck.
I mean, that is an awesome read. That's gonna, we talked about this before on the show. That's probably gonna wind up being on TV at some point.
Yeah, that's why I thought that same thing too. I'm with the story, man. I love it. I love the way it's drawn. I love the storyline behind it. It's a good vampire comic. I mean, a good homegrown government cheese vampire comic.
Exactly, man. And it's hard to find a good solid. Image is just pumping out these horror comics, man. They're pumping them out, man, and it's just like hit after hit after hit after hit after hit.
Mm-hmm.
And Image is really getting a reputation for putting out serious, toned material.
Yeah,
and they're doing really well. Another set of books for those who are collecting, and if you can find them in your local comic book store, Amazing Spider-Man $7.95, $7.96, and go ahead and get your pre-order in if you can for $7.97. First appearance of the Red Goblin, and it is taking off. I mean, the Hulk Smash variant, Larry, the Hulk Smash.
Oh yes, sir.
$7.95 is a $50 book.
But the interesting part about that book is almost like it's like Domino or it's like or Wolverine, or should I say? They're saying what is a true first appearance, because they were saying that one of the variants has him on it. They're saying inside the book for $7.95, or is it $7.96? They're saying that it's not truly the Goblin that's in the book; it's just Carnage. So everybody's debating on what's actually their first appearance. Is it $7.95? Is it going to be $7.97? Is it $7.96? So nobody has a true of what they're going to call a first appearance for the Red Goblin.
And while you do that, I'm gonna go look it up, because I actually ordered a copy here, and I just gotta make sure want to make sure I had a number right for everybody to tell you all. It is come up here. Let's see. It is $7.97. The Ed McGuinness is the one I went with. I decided to go with that. I think $7.97 is going to be the
first appearance.
Man. And matter of fact, for y'all who are on the panel here, I just drop it over in the thread there. But that's the one I think that I went with there, because it's him on the cover, actually on the cover, and we'll see. But I mean, this is definitely a book that you want to go grab. And that back to TC and Thanos. I watched Thanos Sunday on eBay. I watched the sale go for almost $300 for Thanos 14, the variant. And the $7.96 variant of Spectacular Spider-Man 300, the Alex Ross variant is astronomical at this point. So if you're looking for to get some books and you got a couple of dollars, man, go pick those up. And it's funny that books now come off as variants. The variants are coming off the press now, and they're hitting, warp numbers. I mean, look at that Weapon H #1 Hulk 181 variant that we all ordered last week. I mean, TC, have you seen what those are going for now?
Yeah. The regular dress covers are going for like $75 to $80.
Yeah, Yeah, so that means that the Virgin.
I had to get because man, I waited too late. And I'm talking about I got it on 5 minutes after they started, and they were gone.
Yeah.
What was that sold out recently in 10 minutes? TC. What book was that sold out? Came out a couple. Weeks ago? Oh,
the X-Men Red #1.
Okay.
The one that Al got that he showed earlier.
Okay. I missed that one.
The X-Men Blue variants, the Venom variants right now are hot for 21 and 22.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're out looking, man, then that's some of the stuff that you want to get. And also, I brought this up earlier. Go ahead, TC.
I was gonna say there's a new comic that actually DC is gonna be doing. That it's called Harley.
Larry's not interested in
it. It's called Harley Loves the Joker. Is the name of it. And what caught my eye on it is the artist that's doing it is Frank Cho, is actually doing the B variants for that comic on there for it.
Fat Butt Harley.
Yeah.
The Frank Cho always put them butts on them girls, man.
Yeah, you know how he does with his art. So, and he loves to draw Harley. So I actually pre-ordered those just because I know how he draws Harley and know how his comics sell on there for it. So we'll see.
Perv.
I think that's everything there on the comic book speculation. Oh, one other thing. For those who are looking to go to the Buck Bin, and Xavier Randall can attest to this, is you can look in the dollar bin, and you can find Valiant books in the dollar bin. Xavier, we were at Comics Plus about a year ago. Xavier,
about a year ago, yeah.
And we found Rye number 0, mint condition, in the box. And if you go look on eBay and see what that book's going for now, it's highway robbery. Valiant books are like buying penny stocks. You get them.
I was gonna say, look out for the Bloodshot.
Yeah.
With Vin Diesel doing the movie this year. So.
Yeah. Bloodshot #1. You can still find that at the $5 bin. You can go find it at the Peachtree Peddlers. You can go find it about all over the place. So if you see Valiant comics, I found Harbinger #1 in the 50-cent bin. So you can find those books, and they're going to yield you a good reward. And if you can find the pink variant of the Harbinger Awards, you find a book that's probably about an $800 book easily. So make sure you're on the lookout for that. Al, you got some fantastic news. We have officially reached the 100 subscriber plateau. And Al, what's the big news, my friend?
Well, it took us long enough, but we thank y'all for making that happen for us. And I know it might seem minuscule, but it actually means a lot. Some things take off slow. The tortoise and the hare is a prime example, but the tortoise ended up winning the race. So in honor of us getting to that particular milestone, we are going to do a giveaway, and I did post it on Facebook. I actually had a change of heart as far as the giveaway is concerned. So instead of the Black Panther that I provided pictures of, I'm going to give away this lovely Nick Fury Loki Avengers cup. And it's halfway full of water, and I can ship it. I can freeze the cup, keep the water in there, and it's only been used by me. It's been hand washed and put in the dishwasher several times. But it keeps your drinks cold as it possibly can. I wouldn't suggest putting anything hot in it, like coffee or hot chocolate or lava or anything of that nature. So
good and battle tested right there.
Right. Well, I'm just joking, y'all. But anyway, these are the gifts or the prizes that we're going to give away. This is Black Panther #1. It's the Jay-Z Black Album. Thank you. Black Album variant. And we also have the Black Panther Unmasked Pop. Now, I did say that there was a slight imperfection on the side of the box, but it has not been opened. So this is what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. If you still held around for this, we do thank you for watching. So we're going to do a trivia. And the way this is going to work is this. I'm going to give you a trivia question. There's no particular time limit. However, you must be the first person to answer this particular question correctly in our comments section. Okay. So I was going to do something that was actually going to be like incredibly difficult unless you just went to the Marvel Wiki or to Wikipedia. But I'm going to keep it simple. And my fellow panelist, Larry, he's going to know exactly. He probably going to know the answer to this. But I'm going to keep it simple. So you can, of course, use the internet because most people are not going to know this. So essentially, this is going to be the trivia question. And again, the first person to answer this based on the timestamp on the actual comments is going to be the winner. And Matt will announce that person at the end of the show. All right. So the trivia question is, in the X-Men, Scott Summers' code name is Cyclops. However, he is known by another name. What is that name? I'm going to repeat that one more time. Scott Summers' code name is Cyclops. However, he is known by another name. What is that name? So you have to have it correct. If you don't have it correct, I'm sorry. It's going to go to the next person. So that is the trivia question. I'm going to repeat it one more time. Scott Summers' code name is Cyclops. However, he goes by another name. What is that name? So I'm going to turn it back over to Matt. So as soon as we do our next segment, we get the correct answer. He's going to look it up. I'm going to send him the answer if he can't find it. And that way he'll be able to compare what is listed with what y'all have. Okay. So take it away, Matt, please.
All right, brothers. Let us go into our next phase, which is our top 10 anime and cartoon intros. Who would like to go first tonight?
I'll go first.
All right.
I'll go first.
All right.
Oh.
Be interesting one tonight.
All right. So my number 10 is the Dragon Ball Z intro.
Which one?
Good choice. Good choice.
The Rock the Dragon.
I was about to say you better say Rock the Dragon.
Rock the Dragon.
I was going.
All the other ones dying now, but Rock the Dragon. That's my number 10 right there.
It goes hard.
My number 9 is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. My number 8 is Transformers.
Which
old
season?
School. Season 2.
Oh,
talking about 2 when they was gorillas and stuff.
No.
Beast Wars, man.
No. It was season 2 because it was right before Hot Rod came in season 3. Hey, you shake your head, Hot Rod, my dude.
Movie, boy, that was the bomb, man.
My number 7 is Bionic 6, and it's funny because someone was talking about that on Facebook the other day, and it brought back all them memories, man, with them metal toys. It might as well have been bullets and whatnot. Then my number 6 is Spider-Man animated cartoon. My number 5 is Mask. I don't know if everybody remember Mask Al. I'm pretty sure you do.
I got it on my honorable mentions.
My number 4 is Thundercats. My number 3 is Silverhawks. My number 2 is Batman the animated series. And my number 1 is X-Men the animated series.
Oh man, that's the one I forgot. I knew it was something I forgot.
How could you forget that?
Hey, that's it.
Choice.
Well, but I totally forgot about that, man.
Good God, as much as we used to watch that, man.
Woo, that's it, man.
Who's up next?
I'll go. All right, so my honorable mentions, I got 3 on my honorable mentions. So of course, Batman the animated series. As much as I loathe this character, I did like his opening, and that was Superman the animated series. The other honorable mention was Justice League Unlimited. As a matter of fact, Matt, that's your ringtone when you call me. Is the Justice Unlimited theme song. All right, so my number 10 is Dragon Ball Super, which is the current theme, the one where he's fighting Jiren, not the one that was before this one.
I was gonna say,
I love that song, man. For real, I don't know what to do. I can't get no satisfaction. That's all I know he's like. That's what he says, though. All right, number 9 is Speed Racer. Number 8 is the Thundercats. Number 7 is G.I. Joe, the season one. Because I remember when they changed it up, got to get tough. Yo, Joe, I ain't like that crap. That was garbage. Number 6 is Dragon Ball Z, Rock the Dragon. Number 5 is X-Men animated series. Every time I hear that, man, I just want to try to turn over a bus, but you know I couldn't do it. But
I didn't want to climb up a sentinel.
Man, I'm telling you, man, every time that song come on, man, I just be ready to fight somebody. X-Men animated series, man. Hey, man, you cannot tell me, man, if you are a fan of cartoons, period. That particular, if that song come on and it don't give you goosebumps, you are not human. I'm sorry.
You would run from the opposite side of the house when you hear that song playing.
This one, man? What about the intro on that one, man?
Hey, man.
A what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What was that?
The anime.
The Japanese anime one, man.
Now you know what? It was good.
Music, but man, the intro to that.
The intro is not okay. So the intro to that particular anime version of X-Men was tighter than the intro of the American version, but the music for the American version was better. So they needed to put the American version music to the Japanese intro. So that would have been awesome.
And then the outro, man, is awesome as well, man.
Yeah, it is.
It made you think, man, you were gonna get a season 2 with all the villains they put in the end.
Right. But they didn't. All right. So my number 4 is Yu Yu Hakusho. That theme song, I like that theme song. Number 3 is an old cartoon called Battle of the Planets, man. It's very epic. It's how it come on and stuff. If you've never heard it, just YouTube it. Number 2 is going to be Samurai Champloo, Battle Cry. That right there, man. Oh God, that's another one that made me want to go fight somebody, man. The Battle Cry. Show up like the edge of a samurai sword. Mental plan cut through flesh.
I was watching that during the show.
What?
I was watching it on Hulu.
Samurai Champloo, that's number 2. Number 1 is the Transformers, the season 3 opener. That's the one you don't like, but that's the one where it said man, that's the one right there, man. That's the one. That one, another one made me want to transform into a robot, but I'm a human. But anyway, that's gonna be my top 10.
All right, we've got hold tight. See what I've got here. Darrell, would you like to go, my friend?
Yeah. All right, that's cool. I don't have any kind of particular order because I got 10 of them that I really, really like. But bear with me. So the first one that I got listed is the Batman Beyond intro.
I like that. I can dig it.
Batman Beyond was my junk. All right, and then my next one was Animaniacs from back in the 90s, man. Like Saturday morning bowl of cereal. I really remember that, man. And number 3 behind that was the offshoot, the Pinky and the Brain intro. All right, and then I got Dragon Ball Z, the time when Goku was fighting Frieza. Like that's what opened the doors up for me. One Piece. I really like One Piece, and I like their intro. The original Pokemon.
I want to be the very no one ever was.
Hey, man.
If you say Yu-Gi-Oh, you cool in my book too.
Charizard, man.
Train the best
I did watch Yu-Gi-Oh.
Hey, I still watch Yu-Gi-Oh.
I will travel across the land, searching for
The Pokemon cartoon went bad, bro. Ash.
Hey, bro.
The original one.
Right. That's what I have. Pokemon. I say original Pokemon.
Right.
The power that's inside.
Then I got all right. Then I got Space Ghost.
Okay.
But the Space Ghost, the TV show, when he was doing like the 3D, like tonight, Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Okay, gotcha.
And I do like the original Space Ghost too, but I grew up with Coast to Coast.
Hey,
So
Solomon Grundy needs pants too.
Solomon Grundy was cool. So I guess I say I do like both Space Ghost, but I grew up with Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Like that was like my late night TV show as a kid.
That show was hilarious.
Yeah. Speed Racer, I had him. Thundercats, I had Thundercats, and then my last and probably one of my favorites, Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah. I can get this on that one. Yeah.
Larry, what you got, man?
Lupin the Third.
Bro, I'm gonna give you.
Hey, accent again. Lupin the Third.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with honorable mention, man. I got Captain N, the game.
Oh, I forgot about that.
He's on my list. I got this.
Oh.
And then no particular order, like the real. I got Thundercats, Silverhawks. I got Rescue Rangers on there. Hong Kong Fooey.
Number one super guy.
Yes, sir.
Yo, that was a good one. Yo, okay.
Falcon and Dynamite.
Oh man.
Okay.
This man going all Hanna-Barbera on
the archives.
DuckTales. It had DuckTales on there.
Okay.
Transformers, Ninja Turtles, and of course number one was X-Men.
All right, well, I'm gonna go with mine. I'm gonna go with mine here. Let's see. I got a couple of honorable mentions here, man. I don't know if y'all remember this cartoon, Pole Position.
Yes, sir. Pole Position.
The old 80s.
Yeah. Mask.
Yeah.
Visionaries.
Visionaries, back to the power of light.
Yes.
That's it.
Speed Racers. And Speed Racer, and of course the Mario Brothers, man. They used to rap.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. And number 10, everybody knows I'm technically the anti-Power Ranger, so I've got Superhuman Samurai is one of my favorites. I used to love watching that. Now you remember that, man? You remember that Superhuman Samurai?
Let's say Ultraman.
Wow, man! Hey, get up Ultraman, dog. I know that song by heart for real. I sing it for y'all too. Y'all think I'm joking? Ultraman, here he comes from the sky. Ultraman, watch that hero fly. In a super jet, he comes a million miles away from a big something to something.
But my body,
hero, Ultraman. I'm sorry, y'all.
And we need to put Al on the 8 track, man. We need to get him in there.
Number 9.
And he got the mic for it.
Right.
Number 9.
Show you right.
Oh wow, yeah.
You're talking about with bulletproof? That cop?
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Number 8, Captain N. Number 7, Silverhawks. Number 6 is a two-way tie between Batman, the animated series, and Spider-Man, the animated series.
Yeah.
Which y'all? A couple of y'all said Spider-Man. Which Spider-Man we talking about?
I'm talking about the original one.
No, 60s.
No, we're not talking about that. No. I'm talking about the one that was in the afternoon.
The 60s one, the one from 60s.
No,
Yeah, are we talking about that?
No, I'm talking about the one that used to come on
Before it, right?
in the 90s.
yeah,
Right.
I'm talking about the 90s, yeah.
I don't even like that one, man. I like the Spectacular Spider-Man.
The one that had Venom start off on it.
Yeah, we talking the 60s.
I ain't talking about Super Friends and all that.
No, the 60s Spider-Man was dope.
You talking about the one Spider-Man?
We got number 5 is G.I. Joe. Number 4 is Masters of the Universe, He-Man. Number 3 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
We knew that was gonna be your top 3.
Number 2 is Voltron. And Voltron.
Which one?
Of Earth.
Lines of vehicles.
Defender of Earth. Now we ain't talking about no damn Knight Rider 2000 shit. We're talking about the real Voltron. Not no cars. Go ahead, Al.
Fun fact, Voltron, the one that you talking about, Defender of Earth, y'all know who that was the that did the intro, right? That was Peter Cullen, the voice of Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime, yeah.
Yep.
Peter Cullen was getting them checks back in the day, man.
Voltron,
Still is.
Defender of Earth.
Right.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Number 1 On that note is Transformers season 1.
I like the one after. I like the one after the movie.
You talking about season 3?
Yeah, I like the one after the movie.
How you do again? How you do, Al?
The Transformers will return after these messages. Now return to the Transformers. Man, that was the hypest part of the show. We now return to the Transformers.
Gotta see the way he went into the mic.
The Transformers will return. Man, y'all cannot tell me when that part came and they showed Starscream and they were transform. The Transformers will return. Y'all can't tell me y'all weren't waiting for the Transformers to come back on, so you had to go to the bathroom and stuff
real quick,
sandwich real quick, and then when you heard him come back, he said, "We now return to the Transformers." I was like, "Okay, I gotta be back at the TV."
Commercial back then were only a minute long.
Right?
No, you was encapsulated. You were getting that Christmas list lined up because you know damn well.
I would say, man, you saw 3-4 toys, a video game.
Right.
Oh yeah,
right there with that. What catalog was it?
JC Penney.
The JC Penney catalog. That
you talking about the service merchandise?
Oh yeah,
service merchandise too. But that JC Penney, let me tell you, that bad boy was this thick.
The phone book thick.
You got clothes, shoes, bikes, cars, everything.
You trying to find a number to match up with the toy? You like?
Right.
Yep, that's it.
TC, what you got over there, man? What you got?
All right, I got a lot of them that y'all got, man. Of course, the Fox X-Men. I've got Dragon Ball Z, Rock the Dragon. I got Thundercats, Silverhawks, Voltron, Batman animated series, Samurai Champloo, Transformers, and I got Robotech, which I ain't hear nobody. I like that one. And now with the G.I. Joe, I did like G.I. Joe, but I actually like the intro for the movie that they did.
Yeah.
Cobra! Yeah.
Yes. That got me so
Hey man, that 2 songs in one.
Right.
That got me so hyped as a kid listening to that. Because at first I was just like, wait a minute.
Cool,
This
bro.
is G.I. Joe? Cobra.
I wanted to put the Transformer movie intro in there.
Yeah.
I wanted to put that in there, but that's a movie.
You gotta put the end sequence, man, when he opens.
I'm gonna throw one at another.
You got the power.
My number one.
You got the touch, baby.
Afro Samurai.
Hey, dare to be stupid.
Yo, Afro Samurai was that deal.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, they did that so well.
Didn't I hear someone they bringing that back? I heard some was it?
Man, they've been talking about that since the
last
movie.
Oh, okay. All right, well.
Resurrection, I think it was. They've been talking about that since then.
Another one that I had on my list that my honorable mention was I meant to say Ultimate Muscle. I don't know if anybody watched Ultimate Muscle.
That was
They're heroes from outer space. Ultimate Muscle here to save the human race.
What was the name of the Hulk Hogan cartoon?
Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling.
Rock and Wrestling.
Man, boy.
Duh, man.
Man, I'm a cartoon encyclopedia, man.
Can I throw one more in there? Do y'all mind?
Sure.
What about Samurai Jack, man?
Oh God, I forgot that one. Long ago in a distant land, I, Haku, the shape-shifting master of darkness, unleashed an unspeakable evil.
Hey man, Al's trying to get this on YouTube channel right now.
A magic sword set forth to oppose me. Before the final blow is struck, I tore open a portal in time and flung him into the future where my evil is law.
Hey, man,
now the fool seeks to return to the past and undo the future that is Aku. Gotta get back.
The sound effects.
The
sound effects.
Right. Hey, what happened when Transformer come back on though, man? What happened when Transformer come back?
We now hold on. We now return to the Transformers.
hey, take a drink out of the cup, man. You got to. There you go.
The
You know the best
Transformers.
part of that, man, when he used to do the intros for the characters, when he would describe like the
Oh,
characters, like,
hold up.
breakdown.
I got you,
tripping,
TC.
Sweetwater?
I got you, TC. What he say? He says, "The evil, diabolical, ruthless Predacons from the planet of Char. There's Dive Bomb, the eagle, Headstrong, the bull." He used to go warm, and then he
I
say,
like that bit though, man.
I know, man. I've been practicing that Joker.
But you
He
know what?
calls him the awesome Predator King.
You know what? That is when you look at that kind of stuff. That's what made cartoons so damn good back then.
Right.
Yup.
See that kind of stuff, you're like, oh man, oh these dudes must be serious. He breaking it down, you know. When the constructed cars and all them showed up, you know, it just, you know what I'm saying, it just added a different level to the cartoon. Now it's just like, you know, farting and pooting stuff on TV, man, and and stuff, man.
It is. I mean, yeah. Mind you, Ed, and Nettie was funny as all get out, though. But I mean, it's
I'll put like this, man. I think Ren and Stimpy started that though, man. When you see a Stimpy nose, bro.
He was a
all the
butthead.
boogers and stuff, Stimpy nose, man.
Teeth were jacked up, had everything in between them and stuff.
yeah.
Man.
Hey, Beavis and Butthead started all that.
Beavis, but cow and chicken.
Yeah,
Oh,
got like kind of chicken, man. Courage the Cowardly Dog, man.
Yeah, all that
Rocco.
scream. Yeah.
Return the slab.
Man, Rocco had a friend named Heifer, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, I got down with Rocco's Modern Life, though, bro. Like, that was my
hilarious,
job.
man. That damn washing machine episode. that washing machine episode, man. I still laugh at that, man.
Yeah.
And then you know, SpongeBob, man.
Man, I forgot about Doug.
They actually
Oh, yeah.
changed
Yeah.
Duck. But now with SpongeBob, they actually had to toned it down because TC remember this episode where they had the guy who was the food service inspector and they killed him off. And they threw him in the trunk.
whoa.
Riding around trying to hide from the police, man. Yeah, they cut that episode out, man.
Well, you know, one other episode they actually cut too was, remember the one where he was he found them sentence enhancers on the back of that trash can and stuff. And every time he cussed, they used like a dolphin the word.
Oh,
y'all remember that one?
I saw that, yeah.
Like every time one of them cursed, they used the dolphins. Like, hey, I can't do SpongeBob voice, but he was like, Patrick, how the are you? And like, dang, man, for real?
Yeah, I remember that one.
Oh,
Early episode
Okay.
was hilarious, man. Then they completely switched it up, man. Road Rats,
Yeah.
15 miles every way Granddaddy went. Wherever it went, it was 15. Everything had to do 15. Walk 15 miles. Reptar, man.
Reptar.
The Lipschitz, man. Lipschitz told the mama what to do.
Matt breaking it down, boy. He breaking it
Oh,
down.
man, like I said, man, what was his name? Roger.
Yeah, the daddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like, man.
Oh man, I thought you were talking about Klotz from Doug.
Oh man, what was that damn band? What was that band that was on
The
on
Beats.
the
Killer Tofu, bro.
Josie and the Pussycat.
Wow.
I need your allowance.
Yes, the year.
Oh,
You gotta
man.
shout your lungs out.
Hey, you know who I did appreciate, though?
Oh,
The black chick off Josie and the Pussycats.
that cartoon was
The early token.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hey,
I appreciate that. I'm sorry, I do.
hey, and Riverdale, all of them black.
Hey.
No, like for real.
hey man, she's the early trailblazer, man.
Hey, man, she was the first person to do affirmative action on TV, bro.
Right. I got down with it. I was cool. I was down for the cause.
Any other cartoons we missed, man? That you had dope.
Jabberjaw, man. Didn't Jabberjaw have a
Oh
band?
my gosh, yeah.
Jabberjaw had a band. Who
What
else had a
was
band?
that? What about that
Bad
bunny?
Albert had a band too.
What about what you call it?
Yeah.
What's the Doom Buggy, man? The Doom Buggy.
Oh,
My Speed Buggy.
yeah.
Speedbug.
And the wacky racers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh God.
They big can talk without.
Or the driver's name was Tinker, I think.
Hey, man, he wasn't nothing but Shaggy.
Basically,
Pretty much.
That's all it
Pretty
was.
much.
A pallet swap.
You know what? I think they were supposed to have been cousins or something.
Didn't
You know,
they have an episode where they were all together?
Yeah, and they were supposed to be cousins or something like that. Yeah. Speed Buggy.
Man, that USA Cartoon Express man used to get the job done, boy.
Hey, man,
Yeah,
what you
man.
talking about, man?
Yeah, man.
Mhm.
One behind the other one, man. One behind the other one. One
It's a
behind.
sad day, man. When you
For
had,
5 hours straight.
I'm talking
Hey,
about.
you know what we did forget? Just the Toonami host back in the day, late night,
You
like
talking about was it wasn't Rob, was it?
I don't remember his name, man. This is the 90s. I was a kid.
But you know, I think that's his it was some Tom, that's his name.
Tom
But
was
you know
that?
that was his name, but you know that was the voice of Mugen from Samurai Champloo and what's his face from Cowboy Bebop.
Yo, really?
That's him.
Okay.
If you go back and listen to him and listen to Mugen and listen to what's his name, Cowboy Bebop, I cannot remember that joker's name. But yeah, he played the main character. That's the guy from Toonami.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I really liked how they did Toonami late at night. Like it was as a kid, if it made me feel like I was watching an adult show, but it was still kind of silly.
Right.
And you know, he was cool. He was cool little. He was just flying around in space doing stuff.
What about the crazy ass Tiny Toons, man?
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, I couldn't get down with Tiny Toons, bro.
What? Buster Bunny?
Plucky Duck was
Tiny
my boy.
Toons, Looney Tunes was good for me. I couldn't do Tiny Toons. Tiny Toons, man, and you gotta think, man, this was 90s. I was little. It didn't do it for me.
Hey, the new Looney Tunes, man, when they in the real world.
Oh, yo,
Hey, man, that's so funny, man.
Yeah.
That damn Scooby Doo, man. The minor 49er, man.
You want to know what they did with Scooby Doo that I don't appreciate recently? They went ahead and sold the story of Fred and Daphne. They went ahead and sold it.
They put them together.
I appreciated the fact that I didn't know what Fred and Daphne were doing when they always paired up and went off, but I knew what they were doing regardless. You know, they went ahead and sold it. Really, guys.
Yo, the poor name Scooby Doo, man. When Fred always saw it, man. I know who did it. Red
Herring, man. Red Herring.
Doc Jones.
Yeah.
I'm not even
Scooby Doo was cool.
Jones. Man, awesome show, man. Awesome show tonight, y'all. So that is it for us here on the panel tonight. We will be back in 2 weeks here. We will also be going to the.
We'll be talking Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones, yep, she'll be
on the 8th.
My favorite personal Marvel Netflix show. I love Jessica Jones.
Is it this week or next week that she comes out?
It's the 8th.
Yeah, next week.
Okay, so yeah, we'll be talking Jessica Jones, and we'll also be preparing for our big trip up to Atlanta for the yearly Atlanta Comic Con small show. So we'll go up there and hopefully get some good deals. For everybody on the panel tonight, Antonio Coleman, Al Rainey, Larry Kroc, Darrell, and Xavier Weldon is still in parts unknown. Vincent is buried under 12 feet of snow in North Dakota. And that is it. That's everybody I think of that's on the panel. But from all of us, we want to wish you all a good night. Oh, wait, before I go, Al, hold on, before I go, let me go pull up here and go to let's see who has our winning show. Let's winning answer here. We have eMerp3 says Eric the Red.
Nope.
So this toy. I was hoping you said yeah, but nope.
I mean Wolverine calls him this a lot.
Yep. So we will be holding.
So we had no winner.
Had no winner tonight, so we'll be holding on to this. And
right
we'll
on.
with the new trivia question next week.
Can I go in there and get it right, man, and win?
No,
you already know, Larry. I know you know.
Come on, you know.
Cyclops, one of my favorite characters, man.
Al, we'll be back in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, what will the Transformers be doing, man?
I don't know, but we now return to the Transformer.
Y'all have a good night.
And you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all something too in reference to the giveaway. Since we didn't have anyone to get it right tonight, I do have some other goodies, so we might just add some other stuff to it. And we'll probably just make it challenging to the point to where if no one answers it or can get it right, we'll just keep it moving and keep it moving. Yeah. So yeah, but nah, Eric the Red is not the correct answer. I'm sorry.
In 2 weeks, the comic hall.
In all fairness, though, man, your comic book knowledge is awesome, man, because he did do the Eric the Red thing at one point.
Yeah, he did, but that's not what they call.
Oh, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying, I'm giving the man props on his comic book knowledge.
Man, Eric the Red was on True Blood too.
But for us, for the comic hall roundtable discussion, we will return in 2 weeks.
The comic hall and roundtable discussion will return in just a moment.
Good night.
In 2 weeks.